guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. Last time, we finished up all we could with the Guado and the Ronso. This time, I guess we might as well figure out what's happening with New Yevon. Get used to spending a lot of time here, by the way. Thanks to you. What should we do next? You operate the lift, take me down on the lift. Just a faster way of doing things. And apparently they put the camera at a bad spot. Gets sprayed, but oh well, that's fine. Saves us a little time of running down. And let's see here. I guess the comm sphere, they shot it, but they didn't do anything with it. Bevelle's always your home, huh? And we got more people hanging around here. I always like the colors in Bevelle. Considering what it is, you know, it's like the technological metropolis, you wouldn't expect it to have a lot of color.
Aren't you a member of the Youth League? What are you doing in front of New Yevon's headquarters?
Good question.
I've been asking myself the same question. Look. My brother heard that Bevelle was a mess and came all the way from Xanarkand. Hey, he can do what he wants, but what I want to know is, how did I get dragged into this?
There's a good question.
You're protecting Bevelle together.
Yeah, I guess that's about right. Somebody's got to watch his back.
Hey, what you talking about?
We're talking about how brothers have to stick together.
Oh, okay. See you later, Lady Yuna. Kindergartians, move out!
You're still a twin.
Yes, sir.
Oh god, he's got new recruits. Or did they always have all those guys? Oh god, they're multiplying.
They're multiplying.
I forgot she said that.
Yeah, they're turning into a regular kinder corps.
Well, at least they're having fun.
Maybe fun is all this world really needs.
Isaru's changed too, huh?
Him? He'll never change. He goes around playing superhero and leaves us with all the headaches.
Hey, I know someone like that.
Yeah!
Oh, someone who goes around playing superhero, is it?
You mean brother?
Wrong.
Buddy?
Nope.
God, she's clueless.
Well, Riku, why don't we get going?
Yep, sounds good.
This time, we're gonna leave Yuna behind. We left Riku behind before, but
Come on, tell me who.
God, she's clueless. Oh, that's ridiculous. Here we get episode complete. And we get some kind of garment grid, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, and then they return you back to the ship. It's another one of those super dink moves because, like, here you go, you're finished. No, you're not. Not by a long shot. There's a lot more to do in Bevelle than just that. There's all the stuff that we did before. Going back through the trials, they restocked the items, so I will do this one cut manner, and we'll play a nice song on it while we do this. Okay, and after collecting all that treasure, we are back. I've looked around. I don't think there's any other treasure around here, just the repeats that we've seen before. So, with that being said,
The gull wings!
let's go over
Lady
here.
Yuna, look! Ta-da!
You guys
All by ourselves.
have found a teleporter. I wonder where it goes. I think one of these guys is a shop, actually. Big treasure. You want nothing to do with it. Some healing. Let's go this way. Even though we got episode complete, there is more percentage to be gained here. The Via Infinito, Cloister number 0. I'll talk about this
Where are we?
after here. Let's watch the cutscene.
I know a place just like this. It's the, Farplane. Oh, I wanted to say it.
Riku's still a child.
Oh, sorry.
First in a year, you are.
Who are you?
This place was long sealed away, until a man named Tremor came and unlocked its secrets. Into the depths, alone he descended. Never did he return to the light.
Nice story.
About this Tremor, he... Hasse? Let's get out of here.
Probably
Okay.
a good idea. Did we need that pose? I'm reminded back to the Ginyu Force in Dragon Ball Z. Oh my lord. Anyway, you'll notice a little red shiny. Pick up the red shiny. Crimson Sphere number 6. No, let's not watch it now. It doesn't really matter. You could watch it now if you wanted to. It doesn't change anything. Actually, we don't need to go back right away. We can go back after. Basically, I'm going to end up having to redo the first 20 floors of this place. Yes, I said 20 floors. This is a 100-floor dungeon that is randomly generated. This reminds me very much of the Sphere Dungeon 211, or whatever it was called, from Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Randomly generated dungeons from a list of guarantees. At least I think it's randomly generated anyway. But yeah, there's a number of different things that we can do here. They're all relatively short, and there are bosses on floor 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. One thing I will demonstrate right here for you, just because I think it's a good idea. Let's see, whereabouts is it? Sure, I've got one. There we go. Charm Banjal. Charm Banjal prevents random encounters. This is not a random encounter. This was going to happen anyway. Actually, wait a minute. I think I just ran into an actual random encounter. The enemies that you are going to encounter, depending on the floor, are going to get progressively more and more difficult. As you can see, these are beginning of the game level enemies. Yeah, that was a random encounter. I don't think you have to fight this guy, but you can if you want to. The basic Toneberry is nothing to worry about. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage. As you saw from Toneberry the Ripper in the Creature Creator, they're not always pushovers. This guy's got a lot of HP. I think he's got 10,000 HP. Yeah, I will put the encounter list for Bevelle, but that's only going to include the enemies that are normally encounterable in Bevelle before coming here. Because the amount of enemies you can encounter in this Via Infinito is pretty much most of the enemies in the game. Every oversoulable enemy that you need in the game anyway. This is an area that I will end up having to redo the start of if I want to get the reward for oversouling every single enemy in the game. Now these give you a place to return to the surface. However, they also completely heal you when you touch them. So make sure you do that when you go through this area. But yeah, I showed you me equipping the Charm Banjal. It doesn't work in here. You have to do the encounters. Unless you're playing on PC, in which case this bypasses it. Yeah, I am going to do this for the first 20 floors as I demonstrate things to you because it's just tedious if I don't, and showing me running into encounters all the time is a pain in the ass. So I'm going to just leave it off. But yeah, these areas are all slightly different. You'll notice you never have to run into those guys, at least early on. Later on you will, but a lot of the layouts that you get at the start are really easy to get through. And I think we're already starting to cycle through repeating them. So I'm pretty sure this one's randomly generated. If you go over to the side there, you can bypass him altogether. I don't need to hit that because I don't need to heal. Now, the amount of layouts that you can see for this will change depending on which, between, 0 and 19. Hello! Normally I would show you, but I haven't saved in a little while, and I know I just got the autosave, but, you know what? I just got the damn autosave. Fine. Let's go kill ourselves, because this guy is much stronger than you're supposed to be dealing with. Yeah. And also very, very fast. And he has auto protect. And I don't think I can run away from this guy. Yeah, you can't run away from him. Yeah. Basically, he's an obstacle and you're supposed to bypass him. Now, normally you wouldn't have the nice autosave feature. I'll show you the game over screen here if I haven't shown it already. It's not very long. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, luckily for us in the PC version of the game, the autosave is a lifesaver. There are a few times in my test run that I would have got game over, well, did get game over, and I was able to save myself by the fact that, I was able to jump right out. Now, over here... Oh, I forgot to turn off encounters. Oh, hello there. Stalwart, you're the old version. You're not nearly as hard as Ironside is. Nowhere near the defense. There are no items to be gained in here. I guess there's nothing over there. There's no mini-map, and I forgot to turn off encounters. But yeah, the enemies you fight here are really, really, really low levels.
All according to plan.
This will be useful later on, but for now, we're not going to worry about it. Basically, we're just going to jump through here. You don't have to look for treasure. It's not really all that difficult early on. It gets more difficult the further you go in, and the number of different paths that you can see will also change. Here is an example of one where you have to kill this guy. Didn't think they did these until later on, but there we go. But you have to kill this guy because it unlocks the way forward. That's not always the case, but so you know, you never have to fight a Master Tonberry. You can bypass every single one of them. It may be difficult to realize how you would do it at first, but it is possible to avoid them all. For those of you like me who saw, running into Master Tonberries all the time, aka Tonberry the Ripper, and got yourself game over and said, fuck this dungeon, I'm not doing it anymore, it's a pain in the ass, and I'm not going to be able to kill these things. Well, you don't have to. You just have to have a walkthrough that tells you about how to ignore all of the different, different obstacles, because there's a number of these where how you're supposed to traverse through it is not entirely obvious. There's one example there. If you didn't think to kill the Tonberry, you wouldn't have known what to do. Unfortunately, because everything is random, I'm not able to show you all of the different possible layouts if they don't show up for me. So I'm only going to be showing the ones that happen to show up for me. Stop bringing it to nothing. But anyway, yeah, so basically the entirety of... Yeah, I gotta hold circle button. The entirety of the first floor here is just, or the first 20 floors is just basically running through it, and the odd time you have to kill a Toneberry. These are all very simple layouts. They're not complicated to get through. They're not very long, which is very nice considering how long you spend here. Now, I think here, if I remember correctly, it's just a square. Now, killing that guy, I don't think does anything. It might unlock the save. Oh no, there's the save thing. It allows you to warp out. If you warp out, I believe you get to, yeah, see, sometimes it's back there. I don't know where they are every single time. There is a nice walkthrough on GameFAQs that's, I'm not exactly sure what it's called. I think it's the 104 Bevelle dungeon walkthrough or something like that. And it is very, very useful. It's got ASCII maps for all of the different layouts, which makes it much easier to figure out where you're going and how to traverse through it. As I said before, the early floors, not super complicated. Later floors get a lot more complicated. They also get longer. Here's the other side of that particular floor that we were just on. There we go. But yeah, finding the nice short paths makes things a lot easier when you're doing this. It's also lovely to have the PC's no encounters here, which saves you a whole whack ton of time. However, even though it does save you time, there are reasons to fight all of the encounters in here. One of them is to oversoul every single enemy, which does net you a garment grid from Shinra, and it is, if I remember correctly, the most broken one in the game, or one of the most broken ones in the game, and it is extremely good and you're going to want it. I believe, actually no, I think that one was in the original version of 10.2 as well. I don't think that's a new one. You only really need it for the new super bosses. There is one, well, I guess technically two super bosses at the end of this. There are also, like as I said, bosses every 20 floors, and each of those bosses has their own kind of unique gimmick to them. Okay, what else? The other reason you're going to want to try and kill all of the enemies here is because by the time you reach the 100th floor, you're really going to want to be a higher level than we are now at, a measly level, mid to late 40s. We're going to want to get, probably 70s or 80s at least. In fact, in my test run, I didn't bother to go after the last floor until I was level 99. I will not be doing that this time. I'm going to try and take down the bosses here at a somewhat reasonable level, just because I have a better understanding of, the battle mechanics and how the game works this time as opposed to in my test run. And I'm going to spend a lot more time working with the walkthroughs as opposed to just trying to brute force my way through everything. Yay, we get to do something other than running. And I naturally went to go attack the enemy from behind, even though this is not that type of game. Though it is the type of game that I have been playing on my own time. And here's a good point to talk about this since there's nothing else we can do at the moment. Tales of Berseria. I am amazed I am enjoying a Tales game. I haven't enjoyed a Tales game in a long time. Every time I pick one up, it's like, yeah, no, this anime humor, it's not working for me. I'm not sure what it is. It's just the Tales games, for whatever reason, the way that their humor comes across is just not as funny as it's intended on being, at least not for me. And Tales of Berseria, though it still does have that really bad comedy, and nobody likes Magilu, at least I think. Yeah, some of the other characters are pretty, all right, and I don't have many problems with them. Every 20 floors, we get a boss. Thing is, you can return quickly. We would like to return quickly. That would be beneficial. But anyway, most of the characters are pretty average, meh. They're archetypes, they're fine, they're nothing too offensive, and they're not bothering me, except for Magilu. But the lead character... Damn, that's a cool character design. Yes, aesthetically as well, yes, she's wearing no clothes. Congratulations. But in addition to that, she's a lot of fun character-wise. I like her personality, and it separates itself so well from so many other JRPGs I've played. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but also don't expect an LP. It's not the type of game I think that I would do well with my style of LP, because I would have to do ridiculous amounts of research, and I suck at the battle system. So there's that. All right. But anyway, I just figured I wanted a chance to talk about it a little bit, just because I've been enjoying the story, which also surprised me. A lot of the time, Tale stories really aren't all that good. And I forgot to look up this boss ahead of time, so give me a moment. Okay, there we go. All right, as far as equipment goes, we have Prevent Stop, Prevent Stop, Prevent Stop. And you'll also want to protect yourself against poison if you care about that thing, but I have, well, ribbons on some characters, and even with Yuna, we're Dark Knights, so we're not going to get hit with that anyway. Luckily, they give you the option here when you go back into those things after you've backed out to continue from the deepest cloister you've reached. If you say start at 0, it resets the deepest one you've reached and you can't go back. At least as far as I understand it and how it's been shown to me, and my timer's not running. Yeah. Okay, let's go and talk to you. I recognize this guy.
Maester Keenock.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
He's unsent?
Well, considering we saw what happened to him at the end of Final Fantasy, or not the end, but in Final Fantasy X, how he died. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he wasn't sent. We weren't in really the position to do that. Alright, so we have boss time here, and there's not really all that much you need to worry about in this boss fight, to be quite honest. Let's get Mighty Guard up, which will help. This guy has 18,280 HP, 33,394 if he oversouls, immune to gravity, no elemental weaknesses. Spider Bite, I think that's the one that ignores defense. He's got an attack that ignores defense and a normal attack. And in addition to that, well, I got plenty of X potions, so I might as well use those. Normally you wouldn't if you haven't been doing lots of creature creator, but that's fair enough. Let's set up everybody and show off darkness at a much higher level, or when we're kind of at the start here. See what we can do with darkness. Not so great right now. Not the best. I think darkness is either based off of your strength or your HP. So I think we're better off using our normal attacks here, since it won't reduce our amount. Gooey End inflicts stop and poison. So it also inflicts, I think, defense and magic defense down. I could be wrong on which specific down statuses they are. But go. Well, not really getting the chains going when he's interrupting me. There's not much to this boss fight, to be quite honest. Just basically chain your attacks if you can. Don't worry about his damage, other than his one attack that ignores your defense. The rest of his attacks don't do all that much. And he doesn't have that much HP, so he falls down pretty quickly. And you get a stamina tonic. If he oversouls, he has a chance, it's a rare drop, but he has a chance of dropping a crystal bangle. As far as steals, you can steal a kinesis badge from him, which I don't need. That's a rare steal. Normally you get a turbo ether. If he's oversold, you get 2 of either of the 2 mentioned items there.
The wandering unsent.
You think there are more in here?
Oh, yeah.
I think we should go home now.
Probably a good idea.
Let's ease their pain.
The rest of them, not
We're
that
going.
easy.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it.
As you can see, don't go yet. Here we get Crimson Sphere 8. Let's not watch that one right now. Let's go back to the airship here, and let's watch both of those. Alright, let's get out of here. We don't need to spend any more time in here. Now, as I said before, our percentage is not going to be set in stone there for a little while. Okay, which one? I swear, one of these guys is supposed to be a shop or something like that. Is it you? I thought someone said one of these guys was a shop. Anyway, whatever. No big deal. Yeah, let's go talk to Shinra here. Let's go check out some treasure spheres. So we got Crimson Record 6 and then 8. So let's watch these and see what's going on here.
What did you see?
As soon as we went in,
They became violent. Everyone. It must have been the Fireflies.
they swarmed around us too. So many Fireflies.
We saw it. That apparition.
Start making sense.
It was a machina. An enormous machina. It trembled and growled. Like a beast.
I've never seen anything like it. When I saw the apparition, it got inside me. It made me feel fear, regret, despair.
Same here. I can't explain why, but I felt so sad.
Yeah.
It was like somebody's raw emotions just came out of nowhere and hijacked my brain.
I can only imagine
Somebody?
that.
Somebody who? Is that all? Return to the command center at once. Protect the Maester until the operation has concluded. That is your first mission as Crimson Squad members.
Oh,
What, we passed?
Congratulations.
All right.
We did it.
Yeah, we did.
Run! Run!
Quiet!
well, they made it. I'm not sure if they were the only ones left alive at that point, but they made it. That's good.
I'm glad you're all right.
You're not mad.
Mad?
I kept you from dying.
You can owe me one.
Why did you follow us?
I want to know what it was you all saw back there.
Problem is, we don't know. We'll figure it out one of these days. We'll tell you then.
Well, the Maester's not going to be pleased when he finds out we're still alive. Moving as a group is too risky.
Want to split up? That would be wise.
Your work's done. Why are you still recording?
That was all she was doing before. That was her job.
One for old time's sake.
One more picture before they split up and go their separate ways.
Who? Newt!
What the hell?
I said your work's done.
Oh, right. So yeah, they said before that Nuge shot, well, all of them. Nuge has shot all of them. Missing 2 more of the Crimson reports. 9 and 10, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, those are the reports. Never mind, we have them all. 1 and 2, yeah. So there's 10 Crimson Spheres in all, and we have them all. I believe we have seen all of them. Just go double check here, make sure none of them say unknown. Because that's how we know that we've seen them. And I forgot I never watched the other sphere that we got in the previous episode. So let's watch that now. Yeah, so we've seen all of them. So the Crimson Record 8, that's the last one from that line of things. Let's see here. Yevon's Secret, I believe, is the other one. That's, yeah, Barrelized Sphere that we got in the previous episode.
The Crimson Squad is no more. Maester Keenock betrayed us. And my friends, they turned on me as well. I have no place else to go.
What the hell?
Then why do you come to me? I too am a Maester of Yevon.
And an evil bastard.
I don't suppose Maester Keenock and a certain other Maester might be vying for power behind the scenes.
So an enemy of an enemy is a friend.
I will not fail you.
Very well. I will take you under my wing. Consider any record of your association with the Crimson Squad erased.
You have my thanks. I will go into hiding until the time is right.
I don't like you anymore. You made a deal with the devil.
Is this wise, Your Grace? Who knows what he might be planning?
Who's
I
filming
can
this?
use him.
Like the High Summoner's daughter.
I don't recall
Oh.
asking your opinion.
Yeah, you were definitely doing that.
The ship of carrying Lady Yuna has crossed the moonflow. Now then, shall we begin preparations to welcome my lord's future wife?
Apparently they already knew at this point what was going to happen. Or what the plan was, anyway.
Very well.
It's nice that they brought back the villain from the previous game. I do like that. I don't like what Barreleye was associated with, but you can kind of see now how he got so high up in New Yevon after doing all of that. Anyway, after getting all of those spheres, all of the spheres that we needed there for whatever that crap was, the Crimson Spheres there, once getting all those, we are able to go and finish up all that we need to in the Mushroom Rock Road. Now, I need to go and test out, I believe, to see if I'm actually able to defeat the bosses in there, because I remember them being very, very difficult. There's a new hotspot, even though we've got episode complete that has opened up in Bevelle. This one does not get episode complete a second time. It only gets mission complete once you've cleared all 100 floors and defeated all bosses. Also, any of the cutscenes in the Via Infinito, if you press any buttons during the transformation sequences or during the cutscenes to skip things, as far as I'm aware, you lose out on 100%. So do not ever touch anything while the scenes are going on. This really sucks if you die on a boss because you have to watch the cutscene all over again. And you will die on some of them. It's going to happen. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, assuming I'm strong enough, we're going to head to Mushroom Rock Road and finish up the Crimson Sphere side quest kind of thing. It's kind of strange, but we get to find out more about what happened back during the Crimson Squad tryouts and more about what's all going on with that and what's going on with the main plot of the game, which is very nice how they tie it all together. But anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.